Most English students believe fluency comes from big actions, new courses, new books, long study hours. But what if the real secret is something small, something most students ignore every day? In today's story, you'll discover the one simple English habit that quietly turns average learners into fluent speakers without stress, without fear. Stay until the end because this habit might already be in your hands. And before we begin, subscribe to this channel if you want to improve your English naturally through powerful stories. Now, let me tell you a story about a student named Lukas. The story begins. Lukas Weber was a serious student. He lived in a small German town near Leipzig. Every morning, he woke up early, drank black coffee, and opened his English textbook. Grammar rules, word lists, practice tests. Lucas did everything right. But when it was time to speak English, his mind froze. In class, when the teacher asked a question, Lucas looked down. At work, when an international client spoke English, Lucas smiled and stayed silent. Inside, he felt frustrated. Why am I not improving? He thought. I study so much. Lucas believed fluency was about more effort. He believed he needed more time. But the problem was not time. The problem was habit. The classroom moment. One afternoon, Lucas sat in his English class. Herr Mueller, their teacher, walked slowly across the room. He looked calm, curious. Who practiced English today? He asked. Hands went up. Reading? Hands. Grammar? Hands again. Speaking? Only one hand. It belonged to Anna Keller. Anna was not the top student. She made mistakes. Her grammar was not perfect. But when Anna spoke English, she spoke without fear. Herr Mueller smiled. Interesting, he said. Anna practices the habit most students ignore. Lucas looked up. What habit? Lucas asked. Herr Mueller didn't answer. He only said, You'll see. Watching Anna. That week, Lucas started to observe Anna. She did not study longer than others. She did not carry heavy books, but she did something different. Anna used English daily, even when she didn't need to. She spoke to herself in English while walking home. She described her day in English in her head. She reacted in English when watching videos. Small moments. No pressure. No fear. Lucas realized something important. Anna did not wait for study time. English was part of her life. The ignored habit. One evening, Lucas finally asked her, Anna, how do you speak so easily? He said. I study more than you. Anna laughed softly. I don't study more. I use English every day. She explained her habit. Every day, she did one small English action. She spoke one sentence aloud. She thought in English for 5 minutes. She reacted to life in English. Not for exams, not for teachers, just for herself. That's it? Lucas asked. That's it, Anna said. Small habit, every day. The interchange. Lucas went home that night confused. How can something so small matter, he thought, but he decided to try. The next morning, while making coffee, he said aloud, Today is a busy day. It felt strange. His voice sounded awkward, but nothing bad happened. On the bus, he looked outside and thought, The weather is cold, but the sky is clear. At work, he listened to English without subtitles for just 5 minutes. No pressure, no perfection, just habit. The first struggle. After 1 week, Lucas felt uncomfortable. His English was still not fluent. Mistakes were everywhere. He almost stopped. This is useless, he thought. But then he remembered something Anna said. Habits work quietly. You don't feel them growing. So he continued. Every day, one small action. The turning point. After 1 month, something changed. Lukas noticed he understood English faster. He didn't translate every word. One day, a colleague from the UK spoke to him. Normally, Lukas would panic, but this time he answered. Not perfectly, but clearly. The conversation was short, but it was real. Lukas felt something new. Confidence. Seeing himself differently. Lukas was no longer studying English. He was living with English. He didn't wait for the perfect moment. He didn't wait to feel ready. The habit worked because it was small, daily, fear-free. English stopped being a subject. It became a tool. Others notice. In class, Herr Müller noticed too. "Lukas," he said one day, "your English feels different now." Lukas smiled. "I changed one habit," he replied. Herr Müller nodded. "Most students ignore it," he said. "That's why most students stay stuck." The lesson. Fluency does not come from big promises. It comes from small actions repeated daily. 1 sentence a day is stronger than 1 hour once a week. Thinking in English for 5 minutes is better than waiting for motivation. The habit most students ignore is this: using English daily, without pressure. Final reflection. Lukas was not special. Anna was not lucky. They simply built a habit, and that habit built fluency. So let me ask you something important. Do you study English or do you use English? You don't need more books. You don't need perfect grammar. You need one small English habit every day. Start today. Speak 1 sentence, think 1 thought, react to life in English. If this story helped you see English differently, like this video. Subscribe to the channel for more Learn English Through Story content, and comment below. What small English habit will you start today? Remember, small habits create fluent speakers. See you in the next story.